Welcome to Garage Sales Unhinged.
where the characters are as quirky as the finds.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Jake.
Join us as we dive into the wild world of garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, and anywhere secondhand sales are happening.
From bizarre bargains to hilarious haggles.
You won't believe the stories we've got lined up.
Let's get unhinged.
Jacob, whenever I say the word treasure hunting, well, I guess that's 2 words. Whenever I say the phrase treasure hunting, I tell you
Shit.
laughing
Yeah,
at me.
let's cut that. We'll edit it out.
No, I'm going to keep it real because I am an
keep
idiot.
it real.
Whenever you hear the phrase treasure hunting, what comes to mind?
Pirates? Is that wrong?
You kind of said it with a question mark. Like, did it,
Yeah,
did
well,
I
it's
get
like,
it
is
right?
that the right answer? Is that the right answer? Did I win? Did I prove I have the high IQ?
Okay, so let's pretend that you're a pirate. What kind of equipment would you need to go hunt the treasure?
Well, a shovel, a map, probably a parrot.
What is that parrot going to do? What
Well,
does it provide you?
it seemed it's kind of your standard loadout as a pirate. I think they really should have. It'd be a really funny bit to make a pirate show and every pirate has a parrot on their shoulder, like every one of them.
Yeah, because you usually just see one pirate per crew.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know where I grew up. That was always the captain. He's got a parrot for some reason.
Okay, so gosh, this is gonna show my nerd. When I was in college, I did a quote unquote study abroad, but never went abroad. We just worked with the animals
Wait,
that are. Yeah, apparently you don't have to go
so
abroad.
when you say we did a quote unquote study abroad, but we didn't go anywhere, this sounds like it's something you shouldn't share on a podcast that our parents ostensibly listen to.
No, it was fine. But in this course, we worked with the animals at the local zoo. And the animals that I worked with were monkeys and birds. And so really we were doing animal husbandry. We were trying to do environmental enrichment. And one of the animals that I worked with was a macaw. Do you know what a macaw is?
It's a parrot.
Yeah. So it's the big, pretty, they're about 3 feet long parrots that, uh, sometimes they can talk, not all of them talk. And I think a lot of times people buy them as pets thinking like, oh, they're going to speak. Not all of them. You have to train it to do that. So like, it's a whole thing. These macaws get very big and they can get very aggressive. The best way to describe a macaw that the zookeepers told me was imagine a 3-year-old toddler with very sharp talons because they would want to tear up everything. So like whenever we put different types of things into their cage for animal enrichment, they would shred them in about 10 seconds.
Mm.
So like we would shove celery sticks and they had in their enclosure, they had like chicken wire around for the walls. And we would shove celery sticks in there so that they could chew on it. They could, hold it, whatever. Those birds would grab those celery sticks. That's really hard to say. Would grab those sticks and just tear them to shreds. And it was supposed to be like, hey, what could keep them enriched for 30 minutes?
Mm-mm.
I didn't have celery money back in college. Like that was a lot of money.
Right.
So then we went to corn cobs. No, they could
Really?
tear through that in 5 seconds. Like,
Yikes.
yeah. So the thing is that they had 3 of these macaws in one habitat and 2 of them didn't like the third one. And so they constantly would pick on it. So whenever you say that every pirate should have one of these birds, the mayhem that would happen on a boat, it's just, Jake, I know what you're saying, but I'm just letting you know it's a bad idea.
Well, okay, I'll take that under advisement. No multi-parrot pirate movie. Uh,
Multi-parrot pirate. Say that 3 times fast.
right. So you're asking me what is it involved in treasure hunting in this scenario? Yeah, you need a shovel, you need a map, and you probably need some guys to go do the digging for you. You need guys that you're gonna like shout at and angrily wave your sword, and like they'll dig it and they'll bring you the treasure, I guess just on the honor system, and you're set.
I like how you've automatically elevated yourself to pirate manager.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no, I
I
don't
haven't
do the
had
dirty work.
3 pirate direct reports uh, that will like go and like you guys dig up the treasure and just let's do a status update. We'll circle back uh, on the treasure hunt. So, is that the wrong answer? Is it not pirates?
There's no wrong answer. I mean, there probably is, but I'm gonna let you go for that one. So what I really want to talk about is treasure hunting in the secondhand market and what kind of tools do people need to take with them when they are on the hunt for their treasure. Are you planning a garage sale, yard sale, or estate sale and need some help? Look no further than Garage Sale Supply. They provide top-notch resources and expert advice to help you host the perfect sale. From pricing tips to promotional strategies, they've got you covered. Visit garagesalesupply.com and make your next sale a success. So, I did a vast amount of research, about 3 minutes worth, of what kind of tools do people take whenever they are going to go find their secondhand treasure. Do you want to take a guess at to what some of these tools are?
Uh, Now, when you say tools, are we going to be nerdy and be like, well, the smartphone is an excellent tool or something like that? Or are you saying these are actual like something other than a piece of technology?
It's something other than a piece of technology.
So maybe a tape measure. Like if
Yes.
you're going to look at furniture, you want to make sure it fits and everything like that.
So here's the thing is, taking a heavy duty construction tape measure, great, because those go up to 20, 50 feet, whatever it is, 100 feet. The other thing is that if people are looking for clothing and not all clothing has similar sizing, they would want to take like a fashion tape measure, and those are the ones that are they bend easy. They're almost like a ribbon tape measure. So there's two different types of tape measure that people do take.
Okay.
What else?
Uh, well, it really depends on what you're going after. I think in some antique places, if you're going after like dinnerware, you probably want something to test for lead, like so you know what you're getting. Yeah, like something that would like tell you whether this material is actually like a valuable material. Like, is this true gold? Is this actually silver? Uh, Something like that.
So what people recommend is taking a magnet to test for different metals.
Hmm.
So I don't remember if silver is actually magnetic or if it's not. I saw a video on it, and of course, it didn't stick with me because I don't hunt for silver. But also having a jewelry loop. So that would help with looking for. So jewelry loop is like the magnifying glass that jewelers use to look at.
Okay, yeah.
And so that way it will help you find the markings on a piece of gold of says, if it's 14, 18, 24 karat. You can also look at jewelry up close to see, and part of me is going like, that would be so much fun to have. I wouldn't know what I'm actually looking
Yeah,
at.
I know. It'd be fun just to like have the little monocle thing, be like, ooh, and looking at it, I don't know what I'm doing, but
Yeah.
I've invested this much energy into it. I'll take it, I guess. I just came here to show my costume.
I have a friend who's a very skilled jeweler, and she has a jewelry loop. And like sometimes she'll bring it whenever she comes to visit. And I'm like, oh, do you want to look at my jewelry? And we can look at it and like, tell me which one's fake. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd make the mistake of wearing my jewelry loop behind my pirate eye patch. It really wouldn't work out.
That would be such a rude awakening whenever, like, someone, like, ripped off your eye patch and it's just a jewelry loop there. Um,
Yeah.
somebody else also mentioned that they take various types of batteries with them. This is a great idea, like, especially if you're going to garage sales, estate sales, and you wanna test out a piece of equipment and it needs a double A, it needs a triple A battery, something like that. um, to be able to test it out, saying yes, it works, and whether you want to buy it or not. The I like that idea, but then part of me is going like, how many different types of batteries would you have to bring? So, like, let's say that I wanted to collect watches, and I went to an estate sale, and a watch didn't work. Am I going to pry out the watch and like dig into my bag of batteries to find the watch battery? Like, I feel like that pouch of batteries would start to corrode pretty fast.
Yeah. Well, and if you do, carry around the batteries, you're at least prepared for anybody like any wayward pirates that, try to attack you in the parking lot. You just swing those batteries around and take them out.
I'm I'm now concerned that you're just gonna dress up as a pirate and go about your life.
Yeah, look, you got me started on treasure hunt and
Sorry, my bad.
kind of stuck there.
Another person recommended taking a screwdriver.
A sc- Why a screwdriver?
If you need to take something apart to look at the inside of it to like, and I think about it like, hey, is it again, it's probably gonna go to electronics or a child's game. And I've seen before, like, to access the battery panel, you have to unscrew a screw to get into
Hmm.
the battery compartment. But for a lot of people, they're like, "Yeah, I wish I'd had a screwdriver whenever I was out looking for at things." And it helps you just to like either pry stuff apart or get into the innards of it or whatever it may be. I don't know. I've never thought about taking a screwdriver, but again, like I think about it of like I'm looking at my office lamp. It's like if I was in the market to actually purchase a vintage lamp, I'd probably want to have a screwdriver to look at the wiring, to look at the inside of it.
Hmm.
Because like, did mice get into it, something like that, and you really want to be able to say, "Hey, is this worth it or not?"
I think as the secondhand scene gets more mature and more people kind of invest more energy into it, I think more places it's not uncommon that they actually do their diligence and they're not going to try to sell you something that's not working, or they'll at least let you know its status. And a lot of stuff like that, there's an area like, hey, we've got outlets over here. You want to test it? Test it. But I guess what you're describing, those situations where you need these tools to suss out whether something's worth it or not.
Mhm.
Honestly, in those scenarios, that's where maybe you're more likely to find an extremely rare thing.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're treasure hunting. We're not just going for a ride on a weekend to go garage
Yeah.
sailing. We are treasure hunting. Um, this other thing, okay, totally makes sense to have this. Again, if you are an avid treasure hunter, you're gonna dig deep for this treasure. Latex gloves.
Yeah. Yes. I guess, man, honestly, there's like just some straight brick and mortar franchise retail places I feel like I should wear latex gloves in.
Yeah, part of me is like, I mean, I appreciate the latex glove, especially like some of the places I've gone to. Things are dusty, moving things around, that type of thing, and like by the end of it, my hands are covered in dust and dirt and like, and I just want to wash them and all that stuff. And I'm going, yeah, latex gloves would probably help with like the germs that you collect from these places. I also think like going to a garage sale of like, don't really know if the person that's hosting the garage sale, like, did they really wipe down everything? Yeah, good to have latex gloves. I feel
Not a
like this
bad
is
idea.
just good life advice, not just for secondhand sales. Okay,
And Yeah.
The last item I have on my list is a UV light.
Ooh.
You went in the direction I was hoping you didn't go in.
Oh, no.
So some people say yes, going to a thrift store, a Goodwill, garage sale, and they're going to purchase clothing. They will do a UV light, and some people are like, "Listen, I know I'm going to launder it before I wear it. I really don't need to know what's on it in order for me to purchase it." This is where latex gloves come in handy, but the UV light is also good to find the radioactive glass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't think of the actual name that I'm trying to think of for this glass.
Like
Um,
uranium glass.
yes. So whenever you shine, and it has to be a specific type of UV light, but whenever you shine this light onto the glass, it'll glow green, and that's how you know it is radioactive. But that's how you know it was made with that mineral, chemical. I don't know. What is it? What is uranium?
Well, it's an element.
There you
It's
go.
an like there's an isotope thing going on. If it's not made from that, it's if it's not look, if it's not from the uranium region of France, it's just sparkling water.
Oh my God. I hope some child is not listening to this podcast on the way to school and they are having to take a quiz in their chemistry class and they're like, is it real uranium or is it sparkling water? It's like, no, that's not on the quiz. Just answer the periodic table.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
I
the
thought,
pirate guy said, "Oh, yeah,
yeah. He wants so many birds that they're gonna fight on a boat. Um,
man, if that kid's gonna get sent to some counselor because if he's talking like that, you know, uranium, sparkling water, pirate guy, many birds fighting on a boat, they are shredding their sticks and latex gloves."
there you go. Yeah. But I thought it was interesting of like, before we've talked about like what do you take with you to go secondhand sell? And we've always talked about a tape measure, yes. Um, but looking at these other ideas, I was like, oh, these do make sense, especially to your point that you said earlier. If I knew what I was on the hunt for, then I would know what kind of tools to take with me. Because again, if I'm on the hunt
Mhm.
for a diamond ring, I'm probably not going to take a screwdriver or batteries. But if I'm on the hunt for an electronic thing, then yeah, I want to take
Yeah.
batteries. I want to take screwdriver. I want to, maybe take a small flashlight to look into things. Um, so I thought it was kind of an interesting thing. And like, if anyone's out there going, yeah, I really want to go treasure hunting this weekend to garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, and before you leave the house, make sure you got your fanny pack full of all the equipment that you need to go spelunking in estate sale alley.
You got to be prepared. You got to do it. You got to take the right stuff.
Why'd you become like an Italian pirate?
You got to do it. You got to do it right. Don't be a nincompoop.
I don't think that's Italian. Maybe that's just Jersey.
That's my pirate. You don't like my pirate?
No, I don't like your pirate. Your pirate's weird.
That was my pirate's parrot, actually. You don't like my pirate parrot?
No, are you trying to make all these tongue twisters so if I try to repeat it, I can't do it?
You don't like my pirate parrot patois?
You want to add in another P word to this before we sign off?
No, because it's gonna get dangerous. No.
Well, I wanted to bring that to everyone's attention this week, and that's what we got for our episode. Thanks, Jake.
Yeah, all right. You gotta do it.
Bye.